the typical black family.
Yeah,
the typical black family, you are only given like 4 options. You're a cop, you're a doctor, you're an accountant, or you're an engineer, and you gotta make money to make sure that you come back and you help at home.
Hi everyone, my name is Zulu Sowazi. I am the producer and host of Disrupt Amandla podcast. In this podcast, we profile young black South Africans making moves in technology, media, and telecoms. With me today, I've got Bongumusa Zungu, who is currently a producer at the Bomb Shelter Film Company. Now, some of you may know, in this show, we detail a lot about the story of a professional in the TMT space, more from his background, but also from his career. So we're going to delve into his story and find out exactly how he's gotten to this point and what has driven him, what is his purpose.
Hi everyone, my name is Bongumusa Zungu. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a producer. I love telling African stories. And this year and last year, for the last 6 years, I've been working on the biggest show that I've ever worked on, called Shaka Ilembe, and I can't wait for South Africans, African people, and the world to see it.
I remember seeing you out on First Thursdays.
Yes.
And yeah, just on that, I gotta say, man, I really gotta give you props for the way you take care of your son.
Thank you.
For real, I really gotta give you props for that. And it's not to say that it's some big thing that men should be given props for, but the reality is at the same time is that we're actually not that present. Let's just be factual about it. Let's just be factual about it. And so it's also nice to encourage each other when we do things like that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, as men, we're always bottling things up, we're always keeping it to ourselves. And just on what you said about learning to speak up, it's such a powerful thing. And I think from my perspective, I always kept it hidden.
Yeah.
That whole thing of, I'm going to therapy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because everyone's had a tough life.
Definitely. Yo, definitely.
Yeah. But it's kudos to the times that we're living in. It's more acceptable to talk about those things.
Definitely.
Stats are coming out that black men actually don't go to therapy. Don't do that.
They don't, man.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
You know, last year when you saw me, so basically today, a year ago, the mother of my kid had told me that she had been told by the doctor that the cancer was spreading. It spread to the kidney and the lungs. We were shooting, we were in production already. So you're getting a call, you're in production, and I think client was coming on this day. So the one thing that I did last year on set, what I do a lot, every day I'll take a picture or 2 or more, just to remind myself what happened on this day, So last year, obviously on set, taking photos, got a call, she calls me. I was with client last year this time, and get a call at 12 o'clock, because we used to speak like daily. And she says, hey, just want to let you know, don't panic. Cancer is spreading to the liver and the lungs. At the same time, I've got client, and I gotta, you gotta keep calm. You gotta take client through set. You gotta show them the set. So I was like, cool, I got you. I'll see you. And I just remember, got into the car, and I went onto Google. I sent a text to my best friend. I'm like, tell me the truth. What does it mean when the cancer is spreading to the liver and lungs? And I went onto Google, like, when the cancer spreads to the liver and lungs, what does it mean? Google search. It's like you basically, time is short. Like literally, I was like, fuck. I'm like, flip. So, yeah, just to get back to it, fatherhood and being great fathers. When you saw me last year, I was basically explaining to my son that, hey, mommy doesn't have enough time left, so we gotta try and make the most of it. So last year, I take out my son to all these arty-farty things, these art fairs, because that's what he used to do with his mom. So basically just continuing with what they used to do together. And I had to explain it to him that night. Because you know, when you have a kid, most of the things that are like things that happen, let's say someone passes on, you can't tell it to them face to face. You gotta whisper it in the ear when they're sleeping, so they hear. So they'll be like, I dreamt about this. So when they wake up in the morning, it's like, I dreamt about this. And then you gotta just...
And it registers slowly.
Slowly.
Power.
So I took him out. We went out to art fair. We went out to the... It was the painting and then...
Brum.
And Brum.
Yeah.
No, was it Brum?
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
No, it was Mopark. Sorry, you're right. Yeah,
yeah.
Mopark. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, as we were driving back afterwards, at night I could see he's falling asleep, and so I was like, okay, cool, time to tell him as he's falling asleep. As he's falling, like, yo, champ, hey man, just want to let you know, mommy's not doing so well, and we gotta try and spend as much time, write all the things that you're gonna write, do the voice notes for her, and yeah, just do everything because there's no more time left. But we still stay in hope. We gotta pray more for her. And I remember in the morning he's like, mommy's not so well. I was like, yeah, she's gonna be fine. So yeah.
And I think leading towards now wrapping up exactly how that journey of yours, because that's, I think a lot of the time when you're going through what you're going through, you feel like you're the only one going through something tough. But the reality is everyone is carrying a cross of their own.
True.
Everyone's carrying a cross of their own, and I think the advantage with you is that you've taken a step to actually express yourself, and you've taken steps to be conscious of how to take care of yourself.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You got to take care of yourself because you're responsible for you first, before anyone else. You gotta be strong for yourself before you're strong for anyone else. It's like when you're flying, they always tell you, put the mask on yourself first. You don't help the next person, whether they're a relative or not. Put the mask on yourself first. That's rule number one. So follow that.
Yeah.
Follow that.
So that experience was pretty intense. And, you know, like I'd said before, that so many of us are like, you'll be going through life and you're like, yo, how do I handle this? How do I juggle that? As you were saying. And what I'd now like to understand is, how has this particular period in your life, coupled with your background, which is kind of like tailored this purpose and this new way of thinking, how is that impacting you moving forward? Firstly, from a storyteller point of view, but also from your way of doing life in all those aspects which you mentioned. How is that coming about now?
My dad's a priest. My mom's a teacher. I pray more. Yeah, I pray more. And I pray driving. I pray when I'm driving. I pray in the morning. I pray when I get out the car at work. I pray before going into a pitch or a presentation. I pray at a viewing internally. Silent one. Or I'll quickly just get out, rush to the bathroom. Quick one.
It's a game changer, isn't it?
It's a game changer.
Such a game changer.
You know.
Such a game changer.
I step back a bit when I'm at work, and I observe things differently now, because I have to use both brains now as a parent. I have to master the female side, which is so hectic, you know, just on the parenting level. So I try to put myself in both aspects, male and female. And I'm more conscious, especially when I work and what I say, because our industry is always a rush. It's always a rush to deliver, a rush to, you know, on the production level, always deliver for the client. The client wants this, the TX date. It's a rush. So there's got to be a moment where you literally pause.
And just step back.
Yeah. Which is, it's good to keep calm, but just also have a third eye.
What they also like to call the sixth sense.
The sixth sense. And I'm learning to sometimes be at peace with things, but obviously it can't affect the way I want things to be in terms of my work quality. Still want to deliver the best project documents, pitch documents, but also knowing that you have 24 hours in a day. And what can't be done today can be done tomorrow. Because I used to push myself. I still do, but I have to tone down a bit. Yeah.
Sure. I think that leads me to want to ask you this question, which is, what is your leadership mantra? Because irrespective of whether you may be leading a team of 1, 0, leading yourself, whatever the case may be, how do you approach a way of doing things from that perspective which you just mentioned?
Respect goes a long way. Manner of approach to who you're working with, your team members, goes a long way. It goes a long way. It goes a damn long way. Because you'll never know in the long run how you will need that person, or how you will ask or you'll need the favor in the long run. It plays tenfold, man, because it's not sometimes what you know, it's who you know. Respect, manner of approach, and respect. And that's how I am. Like, when I work, first give respect in the way I approach the person or the team. Yeah, and I think those are leadership qualities that are needed across the board, you know, within our industry. But be a good leader, but have respect and a manner of approach. And don't flex your role, because you need people. It's a team thing. It's a team thing. the team is important.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Definitely. It's a team thing.
Yeah.
It makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's really great about your journey thus far is, you know how Drake says in his song back in the day.
You a Drake fan?
Yeah. No, I'm a Drake fan. I'm not gonna hide it.
Oh, good. Fair enough.
I'm also a Rick Ross fan.
Oh.
But like he literally says, like, he says, she asked me, what have you learned since getting richer?
Yeah.
And he's like, I learned how to take the negatives and make for better pictures. And that's exactly what I hear in your story. At every milestone, at every challenge, it's like, okay, this has happened. What's next? Let's go. Now, just to briefly come back into your career, because you did say that you studied engineering and then you left that to then go into studying film.
Yeah.
And when you moved out of studying film, what was the starting point?
Jeez. Boy. I think every filmmaker has got a good story to tell, or let me say the older generation. I keep saying I'm old. I'm not old. I'm old, but I'm not old. So I started going on set when I was doing honors. I'd had the privilege of knowing some people in the industry, you know, and it always starts with like music videos, going to set, just being a PA or just being there for the day. And I met, at the one time, I met Vusi Twala, who was like one of my old mentors back then, and told him who I am, told him what I'm doing, and I was doing my honors actually.
So you've been pitching for a very long time.
Yeah, bad, but not fully. But like I think now I'm pitching. Now I think is the time to pitch. We've got all the platforms that we have. We've got all the digital platforms to pitch at. We've got all the broadcasters to pitch at. You know, I think people in our time, now is the time to pitch and tell our stories.
But when not to
go
all the time, Jay, you go to this person, that person. Hey, yo.
Do you know that I've you know, till now I've never had a CV.
Wow.
It's always been like, hi, Bongumusa Zungu. I'm an honors student. I'm currently doing my honors, and I'd like to start out. I'd like to work, and that's how it started. When I met Vusi Twala, I was like, hi, this is Bongumusa Zungu, doing honors. A friend of mine is working for your company, and I'd like to start working while I'm doing my honors because I have a thesis that's left to do.
Yeah.
And
that literally speaks to your character, actually.
You know, so
that literally speaks to your character, because you did mention like respect is a very important part of how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
And people appreciate respect.
Definitely.
And that the fact that you've never had a CV, you've never had to submit a CV, never had to draw up a CV.
Type out a CV. Now I've got a profile and a show reel. And I think I want to scrape
without a CV.
Yeah, now I want to scrape that, you know, and start from this project. But obviously there's projects that I've done before, companies that I've worked for before. I met Vusi Twala.
Yeah.
After Vusi Twala, I worked for his company, you know, gospel shows, pre-recorded shows, sports shows. Without working, you know, I had not worked on any scripted and drama shows. At a later stage, I met Desiree Magraf, and simultaneously I met Mpho Twala, who was the co-owner of Velocity Africa back in the time. And, you know, I was caught in between going to Velocity Africa and Bomb Productions. Just just as they were starting Isibaya, which was another groundbreaking show, you know, and I was fortunate to obviously go to BOM, and at some later stage I did take a break from BOM and I went to Velocity Africa to get into the commercial space, you know, doing commercials, getting to travel. You know, commercials are a different space, fast paced, quick turnarounds. So yeah, and then going back. So I've done a variety of shows, man. You know, working at BOM, working at Velocity Africa, working with Vusi Twala.
So what that's interesting because, I mean, firstly, no CV, getting jobs, no CV, got a show reel, no CV, even planning on scrapping your show reel. What is the plan to tell stories moving forward? Now, with everything that you've detailed, your experience, your life experience, how that has shaped you, your purpose from when you were younger up until now, and the sheer joy of the journey, because you wouldn't be in this industry this long if you didn't enjoy it.
Without the journey that's
wouldn't
happened.
be. I mean, I remember we were talking and you said that it was such a joy to be in the space you've been in because irrespective, you just enjoyed it. And it was sort of, I took it as it was sort of like a nice way to have an upbeat moments in your life.
Yeah, it was. So a lot has changed. I'm not saying I don't love action films or what I want to tell. I still love action films, action films.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to shoot in the long term.
Yeah.
But now I want to tell stories with meaning, stories with purpose that leave a message. I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm a big, Marvel fan. But it's changed now.
Sorry, I have to cut you. Who's your favorite character?
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
I got cut at Indy. I got cut. Like.
I'm sorry, I don't agree, bro.
Iron Man, bro.
Not that I should agree.
Tony Stark?
Not that I should agree.
Tony Stark is smart.
No, but he's legit. He's legit.
Tony Stark is smart.
He's legit, but he's my second favorite.
So who's yours?
It's Hulk, bro. It's Hulk, bro. Hulk is dope.
Tony Stark, all the way.
No, I feel you.
But you know, I really did want to tell action stories, but my whole perspective and dynamic has changed. I want to tell drama stories, stories with purpose, stories that leave a message, and that have teachings. You know, and stories, films, short series, and that's where I stand at, because it's either you're teaching the youth or you're teaching teenagers. And I also want to get into animation because kids learn through animation.
Yeah.
So it's a very different space and a different world to tap in.
Yeah.
So definitely drama for me now. I've learned that, like, I watch, I don't know if you watch films every day. If you watch a film a day, I was told that as a filmmaker, you gotta watch a film or a drama series a day. You know, can I tell you something about me? Since I moved to Johannesburg,
Go ahead.
I don't own a TV.
Yeah, but nowadays you don't have to own a TV.
I've never owned a TV since I've moved to Johannesburg. As a student, as a filmmaker, having a kid, I've never owned a TV. I live on the laptop.
So I'm assuming it's DSTV.com, it's Showmax, Netflix.
It's all the platforms.
Yeah.
You know, and it's also just movies. It's series. Back in the days, there was none of those platforms. So it was like a whole USB or hard drive or 32 gig and
If it's
you got
Ongzamele,
Ongzame,
ngama-track,
so
yeah.
it was that,
Yeah.
So yeah, like I remember how we got into to watching, series. Like my cousin had come back from Cape Town and he made us watch. He came with like 3 USB sticks and we stayed and we watched the series the whole night, and no one could get out of the couch during winter, and we're watching the series. I'm like, okay, cool, watching the series the whole night. I'm like, damn, it was like the new thing, watching series.
Yeah.
So for me, it's dramas. I want to tell dramas. I want to tell like films, and I want to tap into animation for the youngings. So yeah. So and send the message across, and I want to work with great directors as well, whether the message is sent across music videos or whatever, but I want to send a message, because even the type of music videos that I've worked on or produced, they always have a story, they, like, I'm very selective with the type of music videos that I do. I don't do the X-rated stuff. I do music videos that have a message, So yeah.
Bro, before we end off and before I ask the playful questions, I've really learned a lot from your journey, and I can really relate a lot to your journey. There have been tough times, but there's also been the enjoyment of the industry, and that's what I appreciate. And I actually went into a number of industries before I finally settled on production. And I think what I appreciate about production is like there's not like this set standard of like, you need to do this, or it's just like in the moment, and it's like, okay, how are we going to move from here? What are we going to do next? Let's plan this. There is planning, there is systems and process, but like there's also that creativity that's really allowed to flow into it, And that's what's dope about the industry.
Our industry is not a 9 to 5.
Nah.
It's a 12 to 12.
Yeah, nah. If you're looking for a 9 to 5, just go to do law and medicine and all of that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about medicine, but on a playful tip, how do you want to inspire the youth?
I think every second day, there's always a DM of someone asking for work, someone asking to shadow, someone asking to be an actress, DM, emails, SMS, a call like, hi, I got your numbers from Mang Mang. I'd like to just job shadow, because, they want to be part of the industry. So I really wish in the future that I could take all these people, or let's have, as the industry, have a hub. I know some people are doing it, the Magic in Motion. I know the Babdumas also have, the Zulu, they have, he's got a class that he does, but I wish there was more people that were doing it. You take in young filmmakers and you give them the platform to tell their stories. Festivals, you create festivals where you bring in kids from all over, from townships, from Emakaya, because, and put them into, and create this incubation where the kids are just shooting and telling their stories, because not everyone's got the money to go to university, not everyone's got the money for the afters, the other universities, create a hub for the underprivileged, create festivals where people have access to, or move the cinema, or take your equipment and your trucks and your lights, take it to that side, settle in, and train the kids. So that's the kind of things that I want to get involved in now, as I'm getting older, as I'm getting wiser, as I'm traveling with location recce's, location scouts, with shoots, just in our country, you know, and going into like Emakaya, villages, wherever. That is what I wish and what I want to happen, because, you know, 30 emails a day of someone trying to job shadow you, they can only learn so much. You gotta get on the ground floor and do it. Yeah, you gotta get on the ground floor and do it.
And just on that, what's your favorite show? Since you're talking about the youngins, and since you're paying attention to them, I'm sure you know what their favorite shows are.
Are we talking South African or
any?
Jeez.
Your favorite has to be one. You can't choose any other.
Jeez, that's so unfair, bro. That's so unfair, bro. That's so unfair. That's really, really unfair. Yeah, see.
Yeah, Zulu man, dog. Make a decision.
Nah,
Make
bruh.
a decision. Make a decision.
Can't.
I'm
Our industry's got great content. Our industry's got great content. I'm gonna choose two.
Okay.
I'm gonna be biased. I wanna be biased. I thoroughly enjoyed Isibaya. I loved. Besides working on it, I thoroughly enjoyed Isibaya. I loved everything season 1. Oh man, like I still have a ball today, and I just laugh. Like, you know, at looking at some clips, and I just laugh.
Yeah.
And then on the international scale, the show with Ari Gold and the boys. Oh,
Nah, man, give us Game of Thrones. Don't give us anything else.
No.
Just give us Game of Thrones.
No way.
Do not give us anything else.
What's the show with Ari Gold and the boys? Oh, the name has gone out the window, man. Entourage.
Yeah.
Entourage.
From back in the day. Yeah.
Entourage.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that's me.
Okay. And then I know you're a swag dude. As we can see. Every time you rocked up at the offices, there's just swag one way.
I know, man.
Remember, I used to be like, dog, just give me the plug and let me go there as well.
There's no plug. There's no plug, man. There's no plug.
What's your favorite kick to wear on that dope day when you feel like, okay, today I feel like really swagging out? What's that pair of kicks? What's the name? What's the, I think it's the make or model or whatever. Give us.
It's so just the kick, not the full drip.
Just the kick.
It's just an off-white in white. An off-white in white. That's it. An off-white in white.
Yeah.
Or a common project in white. I love white sneakers.
White sneakers are dope, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For me, it's white and black.
Yeah.
If it's white and black, like, you got me.
Yeah.
You really got me.
But also All Stars is just
All Stars are dope, eh?
All Star. But an All Star is definitely a white All Star, clean.
White All Stars are dope.
Yeah.
White All Stars are dope.
White All Star.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My G, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the team.
Yeah.
You know, geez, like an offloading session, but also just a real one.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
It's my first
bro.
interview. First interview. I don't do these things.
It was I'm privileged to break your virginity, dog. No, for real,
good.
bro.
Thank you too.
I appreciate who you are. I appreciate every time I meet you, it's just dope vibes.
Thank you.
And exactly everything you've said. Like, you are truly just a man of integrity. And that's what I appreciate about you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, and bless up.
Sure, bro.
Bless up.
Sure. No way.
Thank you, bro.
No way, my G.
I intentionally hire youth, interns who have no experience, none whatsoever. Ijobi was actually built by those interns.